of a result getting the Prime Minister to that launch.
Thanks very much, Rish, and appreciate Bloomberg having us here as well.
All right. Well, how does it work? What's the need, and how do you respond to it?
So, Rish, basically, as you said, there's been a whole lot of IPOs and placements conducted in the Australian environment that haven't allowed retail investors to bid in and be part of that process. Now, that's a huge wealth generation process. So, if we look at a recent study, it found that over a 35-year period, the initial returns for IPOs in Australia were on average 21.8%. So what we wanted to do was empower investors by putting the technology in their hands so they can register an interest in the IPO even before it goes live, just on media rumours, and then we can provide them with all the information so they can bid in straight from their phones.
Absolutely. So you book build, in essence. That's what you're doing here, and you're doing it. You're acting as an aggregator.
Yeah, essentially that's it. We're relying on technology, so it's groundbreaking technology which allows people to effectively not only show their interest but also put in at any particular price point what it is that they're willing to pay. So it means if you're a company, instead of just getting the clients of one investment bank or of one broker, you can access the entire market. And as you probably know, there's $600 billion in self-managed super in Australia. That's a third of all our pension pool. And so there's no tool at the moment for them to be accessed in primary capital raisings. So this is about democratising the process so they can get into it.
Yeah, and looking at it, I mean, that's where we've got that superannuation funds, which is absolutely vast here as well. But you'll be able to self-manage those in some respects using this, yeah?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So when you go into the app, you can create a profile in your own name or in your self-managed super fund's name, and then you can go into those offers directly. You can see the research on your phone. That's third-party research. You can see interviews with the company, and when you buy the shares, they get lodged with your brokerage account through your unique shareholder identifier, and that means that if you then want to sell the shares at some stage, it's very easy for your portfolio management.
So where did you get the research here? Because I think one of the things out of the notes you sent was the ASX estimating that investors require, what, 7 sources of information before making an investment decision? That's
right. So we've asked third-party research providers whether they want to be able to provide research into IPOs. And until today, there's really been no reason for those third-party research providers to research into IPOs when there is no public offering component. So basically, they're putting their research there. It's free, and they're doing that because by showcasing their research and the quality of that research, they then hope to win subscriber numbers to their paid services. But the research on the IPOs themselves, it's all free through the app on the market.
So, Ben, you really at the moment, I suppose, getting on this bandwagon of DIY investing. Why do you think that DIY investing is becoming more popular in Australia?
Well, I think there's a huge trend worldwide towards DIY investing, and there's a huge trend worldwide in all elements of the consumer having the power in their hands to make decisions. So if you look at Airbnb, if you look at Uber, or if you look at the massive growth of self-directed investing, it all comes about because there's now available through technology the ability to deliver all the information that a consumer needs for them to make their own decisions. So it's not like in the past where you actually needed to go to a middleman in order to get that information. That information can be delivered straight to your phone, and then you're capable of making that investment decision, so why not go straight in? And the way we do it is we actually share the fees with the investor. So if I'm an investor and I bid in, basically I'll get 25% of the stamping fee in additional shares for that offer.
Have you got any interest straight away on any IPOs in the pipeline?
Actually, there's a live IPO today, and somewhat serendipitously, I guess, it was the Bitcoin IPO, which is listing in Australia. So it's raising about $20 million. Obviously, that's not going to be for everybody because some people will see that as being too risky for their investment profile. But I think with the campaigns that we've got on the app, that'll really bring a lot of IPOs to the fore. So you can open the app and register your interest in a campaign. So that might be a privatisation or something that you read about coming down the pipeline. You register your interest and the crowd does that. We collate all that information and take it to the issuer. Then they know that it's actually worthwhile going out and taking it to the public. So it's real empowerment, it's real democratisation.
But Ben, 5 seconds, is it only available to Australians?
At this stage, only available to Australians. We'll need a financial services licence wherever we go, but we see this as being something that could appeal worldwide. So we look forward to taking it to some of your audiences.